All right, number 4. All right, so same question or same thing, right? We just have a different situation now. So hardest part probably is actually just writing out the two systems, right? So let's read this one. It says, during a performance by a theater company, the main act was on stage for 3 minutes less than twice the time of the opening act. Together, the two acts performed for 132 minutes. Okay, so you know what? Let's do the easier one first. That one at the end there. Well, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's figure out what our variables even are, right? So in the last one, it was received and sent. What's it going to be in this one? So during the performance by a theater company, the main act was on stage for 3 minutes less than twice the time of the opening act. So in this case, it looks like the main act is our one variable, right? Like how long was that? And then our opening act was the second variable. So our two variables here are going to be O and M. You can call them whatever you want, but O and M. The only O is kind of a bad one though, because it kind of looks like a 0, but I'll stick with it. It might look kind of awkward, but let's leave it as O. All right, let's do the easier one first, because at the end here it says together the two acts performed for 132 minutes. Okay, well if together, both times together is 132 minutes, well I think I'm safe to say that the main act plus the opening act is equal to 132 minutes. Okay, so there is my equation number 1. Now equation number 2 is, it says the main act was on stage for 3 minutes less than twice the time of the opening act. This one's actually not as bad, not too bad. Let's just kind of like piece together. So it says the main act. So the main act is equal to, and then 3 minutes less than twice the time. So that would just be twice the time for the opening act, but then 3 minutes less than that. And that looks like 20. So yeah, that's where the awkward part comes in with the O. But 2 times O minus 3. Okay, so good. That's pretty much it. And this one's nice because it's already rearranged for M. So that kind of leads me to, change this top one. I should probably rearrange this top one if I have more room here. Sorry, one sec. I made that really big O so it doesn't look like a 0. Now it looks worse. Okay. So there we go. So there's that one. And then for this one, I'm just going to rearrange it for M. So I'm going to bring this O to the other side, right? So subtract O from both sides. So now we've got M is equal to negative O plus 132. Or 132 minus O. Doesn't really matter, but this is just written in that y is equal to mx plus b form. Okay, we're good to go. We're good to graph this thing now, right? Because m is really like my y in this case, and O is really like my x. So I have this written as y is equal to mx plus b. And now that I see this, I can be like, okay, so this is going to be my O, and this is going to be my M, right? Opening act and my main act. So we can graph these things now. So back to your calculator. So looking at this one, let's clear it again now. Oh, and then the other one here too. If you go to graph this next one, you see how like our window settings are all going to be funny? A good thing to get in the habit of is when you start over, go zoom, and then go zoom standard, right? Just go back to where we were. So if you press 6, then that's going to make the window back to this just 10, like 10s all the way around, right? That's a good place to start. Oh, and then we still have the old lines in there, but I'll go back to Y and delete these ones out. So clear these ones out. And then we're going to type it in. So the first one was Y is equal to negative X, right? Instead of negative O. So negative X plus 132. Okay, while I have it like this, what do you think? We're probably going to have to change our Y scale, aren't we, to see all the way up to 132, right? I'll leave it for now, though, and then I'll put the other one in. And then the other one was Y is equal to 2X minus 3. Okay, so good to go. I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to see this one properly, but that's okay. I'll see the one graph. Little thing spinning up there telling me that it's still thinking. Alright, so like I said, well, I'm seeing the red graph right now, right? I can't see the top one, so I need to see up to 132. So I'm going to go into Window, and I'm going to change my Y max. So let's go down to Y max, and I got to see at least to 132. So why don't we make it like 150 or 160 or 200? It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we got that one. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not even close here, am I? So with my X's now, I can get a bit more of an idea, right? So, all right, let's change our X's now. So Window. And then our X max is set to 10 right now. I'm thinking that thing's got to be more like, well, if you think about it, whatever our because our X is our O, right? So X plus M is equal to 132. So where they cross has to be somewhere less than 132, obviously, but it's got to be in that kind of a ballpark, right? So why don't I make it like 100 or even 132? It doesn't really matter, but that kind of gets us in the right range, right? So make it 100. I might need to change it, but it's fine for now. So now, yep, we see that line. We see that line. Good. So where they cross is our answer, right? So now I'm going to go into second, calculate, and then down to intersect. Oop. Enter. And then it's nicely already kind of in the right spot, so I'm going to push enter. And it says second curve. I say yes. And then it says take a guess, and I say yes. So the answer here is 4587. So here, let's sketch it out here. Just really rough sketch again too. So 4587. So going up, and then blue going down. This is called a sketch because none of this is going in line with like with the boxes right now. Just a rough sketch. You could have also just like, you know, sketched out like this and made your lines, you know, crossing like that. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so what was the numbers? We had 45 and 87. So they cross at 45, 87. So then now what are we looking at here? Well, remember these are like our X's and these are our Y's. So this is really like our O, right? This is our O and this is our M. Okay, so our opening act was 45 minutes long, and the main act was 87 minutes long. Okay, and that's it.